Since 2013, there has been an overwhelming influx of South Sudanese refugees in northwestern Uganda. Fleeing the civil war in their country, they come to Uganda with only what they can carry. Even though their basic needs are catered for by relief agencies, their presence can put pressure on resources in the host communities. On average, 200 South Sudanese refugees enter Uganda every day. The country hosts over 510,000 refugees, 120,000 of whom stay in Adjumani district alone.
Knowing that the government does not own land in West Nile, we get these pieces of land from landlords, from well-wishers. But the plots we are getting are not all that big to allow families to have a plot for residential and then for agriculture. So because of emergency, we looked at providing plots for residents. To save lives, people are settled, and then we look at livelihood later.
In response to the challenges created by their displacement, the lead relief agency UNHCR aims to support the refugees. In particular, the agency seeks to address the needs of vulnerable populations like women and children, fight hunger, and ensure safe and clean conditions. The Danish Refugee Council, DRC, one of the UNHCR's implementing partners, has come up with a project that targets the youth and particularly girls at risk. To complement the efforts of other agencies, DRC received additional funds from the European Union and now provides livelihoods and skills training. In this way, DRC wants to strengthen their resilience capacities to resist shocks such as food shortage and renewed displacement. The Danish Refugee Council, DRC, is an international humanitarian organization that collaborates with UN agencies, governments, and other non-government organizations to provide protection and livelihood services to refugees. In Uganda, DRC has been providing emergency and multi-sectoral humanitarian assistance to refugees found mainly in West Nile and the northern region of the country.
We are working in more than 35 different countries today. And in Uganda, we've been assisting the refugees and IDPs since 1997. And today, we assist the South Sudanese as well as Congolese refugees in Uganda.
Strengthening dignity, protection and resilience capacities for South Sudanese refugees in Uganda is a project funded by the European Commission's Humanitarian Aid and Civil Protection Department, ECHO. The project targets refugee youth with a focus on adolescent girls and young women to increase their safety, self-protection, and self-subsistence. Sirak Mehari is the Danish Refugee Council Head of Programs.
It's a combination of protection and livelihood. So through livelihood, we come up with skills, life skills development, and providing income generation kits and vocational training, so that at one point the youth would build their, would empower their confidence. It means we build their confidence. They can say who they are. Then at the same time we provide them the means for them to get engaged in self-reliance by generating income. And we also send some of the youth to vocational training where they can gain skills which are relevant to the context at the moment, and they can also be transferable when they go back to South Sudan. Then they can also use the skills.
In consultation with the Office of the Prime Minister, the project participants were selected from 9 settlements in Adjumani Zone 2 and in Rhino Camp in Arua district.
We said in any intervention, 70% should go to refugees, 30% must go to nationals, so that we have peaceful coexistence, we harmonize, we have this integration. And of course, it is another way of thanking these people, to say thank you for accepting us to be here. Thank you for giving us land. You are also part of us. We move together.
Project beneficiaries were selected by a committee that was formed during sensitization meetings and vetted by community members.
So we form a committee of beneficiary selection that does the selection, and then we go back to the community and vet these people on basis of the criteria, whether they meet the criteria or not. Thereafter is when we have a final list of verified beneficiaries. And the verification is as well done with other partners. We have, for instance, Norwegian Refugee Council that implements similar projects, and many other actors in the refugee operation who also play a key role in vetting so that we do not duplicate support to the same people.
Before selection of young people to take part, the youth was split into two main groups, that is, the illiterate and literate. This helped to identify the appropriate skills to each of them. Young people who know how to read enroll for vocational training that lasts for a period of 6 to 9 months. They are trained in bricklaying and concrete practice, motor vehicle mechanics, carpentry and joinery, tailoring and cutting garments, as well as catering and wholesale management.
We are here for catering course, and there are so many courses. There's the housekeeping, food service, receptionist, and baker. From here, as a school and as an individual, we are formed groups. We are going to need the support of ECHO to give us the materials and equipment. Afterwards, we divide the assets individual, and then you go on with it.
On the other hand, the group that does not know how to read was offered functional adult literacy file training for a period of 6 months. Here, in addition to learning reading and writing, the members also receive basic technical skills training, which is relevant to their livelihood activities they want to pursue. Such activities include soap making, sesame processing, beekeeping, and vegetable gardening, among others.
Ilo amani konyi kelera ni ezi amani lechora andrani amazitio ni tako sadi sitio sini project si anitara andra mama rusi pe dazi sadi si sanka ki amage konere e wolo redi rega andrani lori amabelere amabea locally ani tanamba ke ngoni ani tusadi soke ki amani linira kaki amani lori kere lori na joke amani nyambata na kiliri ko yamabatiro ko fonyiga wa titiria.
If we talk of poverty, we talk of changing people's lives, then the women are the ones who feel the challenges of lack of either food, lack of what, so much in the village are the women, because they are always there. So when we come up to train them on this income generating activity, they are the very people who come because it will benefit them, and handling bees is easy.
Ben Wayasko is the chairperson of Alkere Group. The group comprises 10 members who are trained in commercial agriculture. At the moment, they are engaged in vegetable growing in Orungwa village, Itirukwa sub-county in Mongula 1, Adjumani district. In the first season harvest sales, the group made a profit of 1 million shillings which they saved.
And we are hoping to also sell this second season so that it sustain our household support as a refugee.
Village Savings and Credit Loan Associations, or VSLA, is another component of the project. The concept was designed for income-generating groups to carry out group savings. The goal of setting up VSLA groups is also to ensure a sustainable source of credit so that livelihood activities can continue after the end of the project. This is at Tidira Women's Group. The 25 members live in Ayilo 2 settlement in Pakele sub-county, Adjumani district. Every Sunday, the group meets in this hut to deposit their mandatory savings. The money is stashed away in a metallic box for safe custody until a borrowing need arises. The interest rate on loans has been fixed at 20%.
If I maybe take loan of 30,000, I just give each month 6,000. After when I get the money, then I return 36,000.
Using the knowledge from FOWL training, majority of members have taken loans to open up their businesses. The activities include market vending, vegetable growing, food joints, tailoring and knitting. The money they earn from their businesses enables them to fend for their families. 28-year-old Manuela Mazakwe runs a food joint in Maji 2 settlement. She is able to make a profit of 10,000 shillings daily.
After getting some of this money, I'm using it for buying salt, at times sugar, even it can help me in order to buy medicine for my children.
Florence Echia is another member of the VSLA. She normally borrows money from the group to buy raw materials for her group's tailoring and knitting business. Together with her group members, she sews dresses, shirts and trousers, which she sells at a profit during market days in the settlement.
Jometa barura sitina mebua ove sabuni jejo batirini onko ove nosi skari anytime bujo ingoni mebua laka onko joziti sinane sitisi madua maba grupuga naito vulegajo ewo gasandutine.
Apart from saving, members use the same platform to share ideas on how to improve living conditions in their families. They also address issues of domestic violence together whenever they arise.
When we realize that a woman is in a group, say like VSLA, but the husband is not involved, we try to reinforce the woman so that he can be able to coordinate with the husband so that he can also be involved in the group. Because in a group there are so many issues which are normally discussed. Not only issues to do with sexual and gender-based violence. There are other issues which handles other sectors, say like health. We normally also discuss it in those groups, in those activities. There are issues like crop cultivation, education, and the rest of it.
Certainly, the practice of doing business and saving in groups emphasizes one thing, that is good neighborhood relations. This culture is further reinforced with the formation of social clubs among the youth. Youth clubs can be a platform for sharing life experiences and ideas on livelihood activities. The youths are involved in different activities such as public speaking, reading, environmental cleaning, tree planting, as well as sports. This way, they avoid being left with nothing to do in the camp that would otherwise breed criminality. On the whole, the project has been a success. In 1 year of implementation, the incomes of the youth and their literacy levels have improved a lot.
The reception has been overwhelming, and that to me signifies a need that has been underlying a lot of challenges of women not being able to progress in business. But now that they are able to get basic skills in literacy and numeracy, we anticipate more progress in off-farm and on-farm activities, and in even women being able to secure basic needs, be it health, education, so that they're able to express freely, and they're able to express their needs and be able to get responses.
Like any other project, DRC's intervention was not without challenges. However, the organization makes adjustments whenever necessary to ensure a high quality of support services.
There's a lot of spontaneous movement, and you realize that we expect to implement this project in a specific location, and when the population moves, their participation in some of the project activities, for instance, functional adult literacy, is affected.
Being the leading implementing partner for United Nations High Commission for Refugees and the Office of the Prime Minister in West Nile, DRC is committed to continue working for tangible results in its livelihood program and protection of young people. So far, in Adjumani alone, a total of 396 learners have been registered for FAO, 60 of whom are nationals. 36 out of 50 groups have submitted their group action and business plans, while 17 groups are doing village banking.
If we had not intervened, normally I can tell you there will be a lot of households that will still be dragging along the line, because the resources from UNHCR is very little. We are not able to cover the enormous population gaps that we have in terms of needs. So I guess if we can have this program continuing for another year or two, alongside with the UNHCR funding, that will actually achieve greatly, and we can boast at the end that we have made the beneficiary to be resilient.